what's up everybody? My name is Joker, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be talking about some news that we just got about Square Enix. This news definitely comes to a surprise and I'm super excited, especially because I have some really cool predictions on this topic. Alright, so before we start, I want to ask all of you to go ahead and give this video a like so we can reach a bigger audience. If you're new to the channel, or if you haven't subscribed yet, definitely go ahead and subscribe to the channel too. Alright, now that we got that out of the way, let's dive deep in this video. So it was just revealed that Square Enix has given the green light to Forever Entertainment to remake some of Square's popular titles. Forever Entertainment is the studio that was responsible for making the Panzer Dragoon remake last year. Forever Entertainment Studios says that it'll take over half of the revenue that is generated from not only one but multiple remakes from one of the Square Enix franchises. This opens up a whole lot of doors and this gets me literally pumped and excited. I can list a bunch of Square Enix RPGs that I would love to see remade. Now here's something really good to hear regarding these remakes. Forever Entertainment says that each remake will preserve the gameplay of the original title, but the graphics are going to be getting a huge overhaul. That's such a relief because literally the thing that I get scared the most about remakes is that they're not preserving the original game, or like its core, like it's just being sloppily done, you know what I'm saying? There's literally a bunch of amazing Square Enix game franchise that I can think of off the top of my head that would definitely, like, I would love to see these games remade. First of all, let's start with what I want to be remade the most. Chrono Trigger, baby. I would literally lose my absolute mind. Chrono Trigger is probably arguably the best video game ever made. This game is so good, it's not even funny. Literally, Chrono Trigger is one of my favorite games, best games from my childhood. I would literally freak if they gave this game justice. I feel like this one is probably what most of you want to be remade, actually. For those of you who don't know, Chrono Trigger and Final Fantasy VI are literally my two favorite video games of all time. And they're both so good that it's really kind of hard to say which one is better. So I honestly just tie them both at the #1 spot. Can you imagine if Chrono Trigger was remade? Everything about the game is absolutely mind-blowing and amazing. The characters are so lovable and engaging. The gameplay and pacing of the game is also perfect to me. Chrono Trigger also introduced my favorite type of turn-based combat, which lets you do combination attacks and learn more skills and abilities as you progress. The story is great and super meaningful. There's literally so many things that the player can even change, and do. And you can literally affect how the story unfolds. Like, it's so crazy, man. I won't really go into like spoilers and all that stuff for those of you who haven't played Chrono Trigger yet, but for those of you who've actually played it before, you know exactly what I mean. There's so much freedom in Chrono Trigger too, like not to only mention like the multiple endings and stuff, like there's so much like that this game offers, like literally. I definitely want this game along with Chrono Cross to be remade so much that I'd even pay $150 for it, or like over that. Like, I love this game so much, I'm willing to pay like a super premium price. Like, that's how much I love Chrono Trigger. Another franchise that I would love to see these remakes possibly be too is the Xenogears or the Xenosaga franchise. This is mainly because I literally love Xenogears so much. Xenogears has one of the most complex and intriguing stories I've ever seen in a JRPG. Not to mention the gameplay was so fun and engaging. Xenogears has such a great combat system that involves stringing together combos with a perfect mix of turn-based style combat. And let's not forget to mention, you can even hop in and pilot gears. These gears can literally be compared to like Gundams, for those of you who know what those are. If you like heard or watched like the anime or manga of Gundam, They're basically Gundams. Xenogears has such an amazing cast of characters in the game and the soundtrack is absolutely amazing. Like bangers, absolute banger after banger tracks, man. The memorable boss fights in this game are literally like, you can't even forget them, man. Like they're just so good, like you will never forget like most of these bosses in the game. I still remember, the final boss of Xenogears and the mechanics of the fight to this day. Even though I haven't really played Xenogears in about 5 or 6 years, I can still remember the final boss like it was yesterday. Another reason I would love to see this game remade is because at the time of development for Xenogears, there was a strict deadline and the game had to be released ASAP. Because of this, Xenogears had a bit of rush production at the final parts of the game in Disc 2. This kind of resulted in a lot of dialogue, because it was faster to make the dialogue than the animated cutscenes and such. I would literally cry out of happiness if Xenogears was remade. The Xenosaga series that followed after was also amazing. Now, another Square Enix franchise that could possibly be remade is a legendary franchise that was on the PS1 called Parasite Eve. This would be really cool to see a remake, simply because it was a pretty good survival horror game. It was definitely pretty engaging and the gameplay was tense. Normally when you hear Square Enix, the first genre that literally pops into your mind is JRPGs. Well, Parasite Eve was their take on survival horror, and honestly, it kind of worked. This game definitely reminded me and played a lot like Resident Evil games back on the PS1. The game had that scary aura about it, and it was very similar to Resident Evil, yet it was still so different. I remember the opening cutscene from the game where the audience is like in this opera like type of area, and they just literally randomly burst into flames. I played that game as like a little kid, so that scene literally like melted my brain and left me confused as to like to what happened. I was like, dude, what the heck? Like what is going on? Like literally everyone just bursts into flames, you know what I'm saying? And like only like the main character is like alive, and I think like the villain of the game or something. I don't want to spoil the game or anything, so I won't really go like too much into that. But literally Parasite Eve definitely does have this like weird JRPG type story though, you know? From weird mutations to like the mysterious story that it slowly unfolds. It's an immediate classic. But let's just say that there's a lot of crazy monsters and even an ultimate being involved. I'd really like to go back and play this game, you know, just because I lost my copy like years ago. And honestly, like, I just want to replay this gold game, man. It's golden, you know what I'm saying? A remake would definitely do this game justice. These are basically some of the Square Enix games that I would like to see remade by Forever Entertainment. I really want Chrono Trigger to be remade the most, but let me know if you agree or what other Square Enix game franchise you would like to see, you know, remade. Thanks for watching the video, and if you could just go ahead and give it a like, that would be great. Make sure to subscribe to the channel if you're not already subscribed for more videos and content. Follow me on Twitter, Instagram, and my Discord server so you can all stay in the loop. Thanks one more time for watching, and as always, remember to stay strong, my Phantom Thieves. I hope you guys have a great day. This is Joker, hoping these games get remade. See you later.